Hi everyone, it's Alicia. Neck color's off, temporarily at least. So I thought I would maybe share a couple things that I do here in the hospital. So I've been here since mid-September and it's now November 14th, so it's almost exactly 2 months that I've been in the hospital. It's been quite the journey for both me and my family, and my body has healed amazingly. As you can see, no neck collar, I look almost the same, but there's still quite a bit of healing and things to happen. So I just wanted to share what I actually do day to day here. I'm on a specialty ward here in Calgary. It's called the Nero-Science rehabilitation ward. It's a mix of both, people that have spinal cord injuries like myself, or brain injury, stroke. So there's a lot of different kinds of people on the ward. Because we're kind of halfway in between being hurt enough that we need a hospital bed and a lot of attention and going home, this ward specializes in getting people up and going, socializing again, and doing things for themselves, even if that means relearning it with one less hand. So, a day in my life. I would normally get up. The nurses do rounds and make sure that we get up, we get ready. So then I would walk down the hall. At the moment, I can walk, but I walk with support of a walker or a cane. So I walk down the hall, or a porter would take you down the hall to the dining room area. We dine together, so it's very social. You get to know everybody else on the floor quite quickly. There's about 40 of us. Then we go to therapies. So in my view, it's like this is my day job. I get up, I go from 9 till 3, and I work on healing. I work on my body and getting better, and hopefully not having to stay in the hospital much longer. So I usually start with hand group, which is an occupational therapy group where I'm with a few other people who also have injuries that make it difficult for them to grasp things. So this is actually for my right hand, because the spinal cord injury has made it so weak, and the control on it, this is where I'd work on those kind of things. It is so much fun, and it has improved my hand to a point that I can't even explain. I believe how much it's healed. And after that, I would go to recreational therapy. I love rec therapy. It's so much fun. We play a lot more of like the traditional board games, card games. We even go to the wood shop, and we can make things that we can later paint in art, or I say make things, I sand things. I don't really make them. I wouldn't trust my hands near the big bandsaw, not quite yet. I have so far made a card holder so I can play these games with one hand. It just kind of holds them up so I can see them. And I will soon be making a specialty cutting board, so it helps me to be able to cut some of my cooking items with one hand. So rec therapy is awesome. Again, really pro socializing, pro getting yourself back into your normal life. I also have physical therapy, which I do a couple times a day. My coaches, they watch how I walk and how to improve it and how to build my muscles and get back up to full strength. I also have occupational therapy. I'm so impressed with OT. We use something called mirror therapy. In short, it's like putting my left hand, so without fingers, into a box with a mirror on the side. Then you can look into the mirror and see my right hand. So visually, it's as if I had two hands with full fingers, right? Like that's how your body perceives it. Then you do stretches or exercises that pulls my thumb, for example, to try and touch my finger. And it sounds weird, it's an experience at that, but it works. It works so well. That's how I spend most of my days. Then afterwards, I'm lucky because this hospital is so much fun. There are a lot of group sessions, so I have something that's called sitting yoga, once a week, which of course I was on top of like that. I love my yoga. This one is more of a vocal yoga, and it hits different parts of the spinal cord, which makes so much sense for living on this floor. I also have art group where I got to, paint and color. Most of my work is trying to build my body back up and get me out the door in the healthiest, best way they possibly could. So, if you wondered what I do during my day, I'm not sitting in bed. I got my work in.